Well, it is the election season, and we're talking about civics, and we're talking about the president of the Maine Democracy Project. He is Senator Justin Chenette. He's also the chair of the Government Oversight Committee, Senate Ethics Committee, and much, much more. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Absolutely. Well, it's election day. It's a perfect topic.
It is perfect. Let's talk about, first of all, when it comes, you're especially about involving kids with elections. Let's talk about how important it is to educate kids about election day and politics.
Well, we have to start early. I think it's so important that we instill in the next generation, especially early on, a strong semblance of civic duty and responsibility. The younger we educate youth about how their own government works, the younger we educate youth about the importance of registering and participating in our democratic society, it's really going to put them on a path of success in every aspect of their life. They're going to be more apt to volunteer in their communities. They're going to be more apt to really care about the communities that they live in, and then hopefully participate. Once they turn that magic number of 18, they can actually participate from a voting standpoint. But it really helps the whole spectrum. When we get kids involved, great things happen at the end of the day. And I'll just tell you a quick story, Jeff. When my parents took me into the polls on election day when I was a kid, the best thing was getting that I voted sticker, and that lasted with me my whole life.
Yeah, a lot of people get excited about that. Hey, and let's talk about, first of all, why you think it's so important to have this discussion with kids. And tell us about the Maine Democracy Project, too.
Absolutely. Well, I founded the Maine Democracy Project to really empower that next generation, whether we're talking voters, advocates, leaders, no matter what the young people want to do, trying to make sure that they feel like they have a seat at the table, that their voices can be heard. And one of the things I love to do, particularly pre-pandemic, is actually visiting classrooms and talking about the importance of using their voice at their schools and how that translates into actually being productive and active members of their community and ultimately active and engaged citizens when it comes to our democratic process.
This is called a civics education, but how do we make the discussion civil when so many kids watch parents and grown-ups arguing and sometimes yelling at each other, defriending people on social media? How do we teach kids that's not the way to do it?
Well, yeah, you have to approach it from a positive standpoint. Like, for instance, we use whoopie pies as an example of how to illustrate the legislative process. So if, let's say, third or fourth graders have an idea of making the state dessert the whoopie pie, we sort of use that fun example to illustrate if they have a really great idea, they can talk to their parents, their guardian, they can talk to their teacher, they can talk to their principal about how they fix an issue at their school. And then that translates into, well, if they have an idea for a legislation, they can talk to their legislator and walking them through that fun process of the whoopie pie. Obviously, there's a lot of negativity in politics today, but I think everyone agrees that civics education is really important. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, doesn't matter. Everyone wants to make sure that young people have the education and tools they need to become active and engaged citizens in our democratic society.
And speaking of that, it's got to get you excited knowing how many young people are out there protesting or standing up for what they believe in. Look, I've been on this planet for a while, and I don't remember the last time I've seen so many people, speaking out, maybe ever since the Vietnam War demonstrations, possibly.
Yeah, it really gives me hope, Jeff, to really see so many young people engaged on all sides of the aisle. Again, when young people find their voice, when they are passionate about what they believe in, that's good for our society. I really do think, whether they're protesting, whether they're registering to vote, which I hope they've done and are doing so, no matter what, I think it's really important that young people care.
Good luck again with the Maine Democracy Project. And, of course, you're also the author of the Great American Whoopie Pie Debate. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. Happy Election Day.
And make sure everybody gets out and votes.
Yes.
Thanks, Jeff.